Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, the Wiz. Today, we'll be doing a review and box opening of this Clint Eastwood figure. This is from the Clint Eastwood Legacy Collection by Sideshow. Now, they released a couple of these Clint Eastwood joints, even one from the Dirty Harry series. This one right here is the Man with No Name, specifically the Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Of course, Clint Eastwood played that same character, almost basically the same look and design in Fistful of Dollars, as well as For a Few Dollars More. My personal favorite is A Fistful of Dollars, man. He got the famous scene, probably because of Back to the Future too, kind of amplified the whole scene when he had the stove door on his chest, strapped to his chest, so the bullets wouldn't penetrate, right? Had the body armor thing going on. And of course, that scene was redone in Back to the Future 3. But without Back to the Future, man, it was a cool scene, cool movie, man. Visuals, as you might not know, maybe you do know, I do photography as well. I do photography for a living. And a lot of the visuals and just my love of the visual arts actually came from that Fistful of Dollars movie. Sergio Leone, man, his visuals and how he framed characters and just, oh man, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous movie. So this is one of those things where it's twofold. One, my love of these movies, that art, but also my father is a big fan of these movies. He's the one that put me and my brother on them. In fact, recently I gave him a 3D printed version of this that I 3D printed and painted for him. I was actually thinking about, and still kind of thinking about, giving him this, but my father is one of those people that call these figures dolls. So there's a part of me that doesn't want to give him this $250 figure. Might keep it in my collection and just say that it's both of ours. But anyways, man, we'll dive right into the review. The box is simple. Now, this is the only one that I have of the Clint Eastwood series, so I'm not sure if this is standard across the board, but I'm sure they have his signature. It's a signature kind of collection. So that's kind of cool that you kind of have that hand-stamped approval from Clint Eastwood himself. Otherwise, man, it looks like a Sideshow, man. Sideshow specializes in these little skinny boxes for their 6-scale figures, so it fits some other figures in their series. It does have a photo on the back that says, "For 3 men, the Civil War wasn't hell, it was practice." All right, so cool. Don't know why they picked that. The Good and the Bad and the Ugly on the top. And we got this photo, which is iconic as well. This is part of a movie poster that was released with this as well, man. So the overall design fits it. So again, real simple, man. Box is probably going storage somewhere. Let's go ahead and hop into the review itself. Okay. Ooh, Clint Eastwood. Okay, that's dope. Got a signature again. Clint Eastwood Legacy Collection. Man, we can already see my boy. And he's looking dope. Yo, he's looking dope. Okay. Look like we don't have a lot of accessories. Oh, no. Come with two different trays. So we might have a couple of cool accessories here. It's dope, man. Always love it too when the plastic comes right on off. Had the scissors out just in case. Look like I'm not gonna need it. All right, he does have something around his neck. So I guess I do gotta take, all right, the hat doesn't come off, it seems like. But I did have to take the head off to get that piece of plastic off. Okay. Jeez, y'all. Let's go over the accessories first. We've got 1, 2, 3 hands. Actually, we got 7 hands in here. So we got a whole nother set of hands. And then, of course, the 2 hands that's actually already on the figure. Looks like we got the poncho in there. Take a look at that. Okay. So very, very cool. Very, very light material. This is one of them things where it feels like a felt kind of material. So it looks like a poncho material. It's cool, but it actually is very, very much more softer. And what that does is it gives it nice little drape. You know, the actual material probably wouldn't drape on this figure in a realistic way. It would be all stiff and everything. So I get it, man. Very, very smart. It looks good to the eye. Perfect. We got the little rock in there. Very, very detailed. Gun. Dude, it actually spins. Let me see. I'm scared to open it. Nah, don't look like it opens. Some of these guns do fold open, but you know, some of that, even the spinning thing is a level of detail that I don't think is absolutely necessary for something like this, right? But cool to have, man. You got the little snake on the handle, wooden handle. Man, perfect. Rifle, same thing, man. Beautifully done. The wood is perfectly colored. not going to say weathered because it doesn't look old, but it looks very, very realistic. Oh, and the trigger does cock back on that. You got the sight already out. Man, this is beautiful, beautiful. Again, we got all the hands, trigger finger hands, holding something hand. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that's the rock, but obviously it's in a way where you can hold something. I will say all the hands are colored. Just very, very cool, man. You got red tones. You got more of a weathered, basically hands, man. They look like they've been out there working. Is the best way I can explain it. Very, very dope. I can go through every single one of them. Oh, you got a couple of fist hands, 2 fist hands too, because of course Clint, known for the guns, man. 6 shooter, but he's known to throw the dukes every now and then. All right, for the actual figure, man, dope. I'm gonna take a look at these boots, man. I ain't gonna pull the pants all the way up, but yo, he's got the boots again. You got that material that's softer than leather, but it looks leather, and what that does, it just gives it a good range of motion. This is a Sideshow figure. One thing I know about Sideshow figures, for better or worse, because most of the time I like it, to me, they're very, very flexible. They're easy to move. I guess the negative is, will it hold a pose? And so far, so good, because the figures are light as well. So the joints and whatnot do be a little bit loose, but the figure is so light that there's really no downside to that. All right. I always like it because to me, it makes it easier to pose. So that's cool. Again, Clint in this movie, there's no dynamic pose. As you probably see my other videos, I'm not a big dynamic pose dude anyway. Usually I have my figures in museum poses, but then there's certain figures like the 89 Batman and Clint Eastwood, man, that you're not going to put in an extremely dynamic pose anyway, right? Like we're probably going to have the high noon face off thing anyway, hand on the gun, standing straight up with the mean glare. In fact, talking about the glare, we'll take a look at the head sculpt. That is Clint Eastwood, y'all. Not just Clint Eastwood, but a young Clint Eastwood, specifically from that time period, man. Looks dope. He's got the cigarette already in the mouth, so the cigarette doesn't come off, and it looks like the hat doesn't come off at all. Might upset some people. I don't know if you got a vision for me. Again, that's one less thing that I gotta pose. The hat is on. I ain't gotta worry about the hat being crooked or not looking right. They got it on there. It already looks good. I think it's dope, man. Hair is dope. Everything is colored well. You got this, just, again, the imperfections. In fact, I can even see on his head where he's got like little veins and stuff. Oh my Lord, man. There's a lot of detail in this head sculpt. Y'all did a good job. You don't need me to say it. You already got the approval from Clint Eastwood himself. I'm just adding my 2 cents during this review that I do think this thing is dope. We got the handkerchief around the neck, already tied, looking good. You got the striped shirt with the blue. Man, perfect sheepskin vest. This is Clint Eastwood, y'all. All right, we got some seams on here. I'm assuming that's accurate to the movie because you got all kinds of seams going on back there. I don't know if I ever quite seen the back, but looks dope. We got the jeans. Again, it's not jean material, but to the eye, it absolutely looks like jeans. And by the way, it is weathered. You see there's some dirt around the knee area. There's definitely dirt around the end where it's dirtier towards the edge and fading towards the top. So we got a very, very weathered outfit. Hat looks good. You got holes and dents all in it. Definitely molded plastic, but looks good to the eye. That's what's important when it comes to these figures. The holster, man, holster's perfect. You got the little oval designs in the belt that's famous. I actually drew a picture of Clint Eastwood a few years back, man. So studied these pictures of the belt and the coat, and everything that was in that, in the research for that is here. So very, very accurate. On the other side, we do got the bullets. Man, super, super dope, yo. We got the long sleeve shirt, so all the joints are covered up because he does obviously have joints on the wrist that are perfectly covered. Let me see. We're going to holster the gun, see what it looks like in there. Again, I don't know if I'm going to pose it with his hands on the guns or with the guns out. We got to see. I think I'm going to do a pose like that with him getting ready to unholster the gun. Let me look at the poncho. Okay. Of course, I guess one negative about the hat being attached to the head is having to remove the whole head to put the poncho on. Ain't the biggest thing in the world. Ain't the biggest problem in the world. All right, there we go. So we can do the flip over. You know, woo, this is it, y'all. This is dope, man. So we're gonna have to figure out how to pose the poncho completely, man, in a way that looks realistic. But yo, I like it, man. It looks good. Representative of the movie. If you're a fan of the movie, hopefully you already got this. This is one of them things, one of them collectibles where you don't even have to be an action figure collectible collector or a toy collector. This is one of those things, if you're a fan of Clint Eastwood, you probably should have this in your collection. Just like some people back in the day, I know Star Trek fans that would collect anything with Star Trek. If it was a plate with Star Trek logos on it or a cup with Star Trek characters on it, they would buy it. So this fits in that realm where if you're just a collector of Clint Eastwood things, specifically these good and the bad movies or the man with no name movies, man, then this is definitely something you should get your hands on. Just awesome, y'all. Okay, y'all, this is going to be one of those figures that's going to be a weird fit for my collection. I do have quite a few figures, a handful of figures that fit that category. That's not a superhero thing. That's not a sci-fi thing. I've got Ace Ventura and I've got Walter White from Breaking Bad that is in my collection. They do stand out a little bit. I kind of explain to people that, yo, they're just dope to me. You know, just things that I grew up with. And this is part of that. Of course, Clint Eastwood himself is an iconic actor, director. And of course, this particular film, as I said, man, just the visuals, the framing, just the photography, the filming of it is just, dude, it's just iconic in my mind, in my personal upbringing, in terms of how I see things and see art. And this figure, of course, is a complete representation of that, man. I mean, it's just a phenomenal looking figure. The details are on point. With that being said, I'm probably being biased when I give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a perfect figure for what it is. I kind of wish I had gotten the Dirty Harry figure. I do have the William Money from the movie Unforgiven. So I do have the old man, Clint Eastwood, you know, basically playing the same character. So I can't wait to have those two side by side just to see the young Clint versus the old Clint. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the figure, man. Absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about the figure. Again, is it something you want? You're trying to get your hands on? And let me know about the movie. Do you guys have any connection with the movie? Your parents? Well, you know, whatever the case. Any kind of cool stories about the man with no name? Yo, let me know what's up in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, please take the time to hit the like button, hit the notify button as well. That way you get notified every time I release a new video. And if you haven't already, in fact, first, make sure you subscribe. And as always, I love you guys to death. I'll check you out next time, right? Yo, we on the way to Mexico, steadily slow driving, cross the border where survival-minded people are residing. We Americans, so it's easy to slide in. Arrogance make us disregard the importance of timing, and timing is everything until everything's shining. Then your eyes get big like a chick looking at diamonds. Now your mind is out of alignment. We're finding the signs that tell you where we going. Careful exposing the assignment. We have to pick up packages for savages. Imagine this, they got my wife in bandages. She'll die unless I handle this. Answer this, what would you do if they demanded this? No quick death, they kill you slower than cancer stick. Man, they sick, but we made it deep in the city. Far is hot. They said the meetup spot was a meeting bar. Maybe they think I won't think straight if my dick is hard, but they got my heart. I really want to kill they squad off. Start off like bars called off, and it's all lost before resorting to the lost art of the sawed off. Just an odd thought, I gotta think this out, cause going the wrong route, it could cost us large. That's when I looked at my boy and asked him, are you down? That's when he pulled the tools out to ignite the shootout. Sherman Ruger, use one bullet and take two out. See, I'ma teach them a lesson, even if school's out. Shoot down everybody, nothing but bodies pollute the strip club lobby. I told that stripper that I'm looking for Bobby. That little green gold got my wifey. Tonight you're free, thanks to me and my Kibosabi. Just point me in the direction of where he's at. One stripper pointed upstairs, no longer scared, she laughed. After that, she even reloaded my cat. Said something in Spanish, translated to I love your black hat. Yeah, I get it, it all be finished in minutes. I'm Riddick, I'm pitch black when it click, clack, and I end it. Kicking the door open upstairs, and then it's cold stairs in this spot with my wife holding it there.